Well, I'm Niranjan Deliwala, age 70, an engineer and entrepreneur. By the time I reached 60, I had to perform 5 root canal in my teeth. At that time, I was also associated with establishing a medical college in Surendnagar. And in one of the inaugural function, we invited health minister. And in his address, he gave various statistics that we have so many heart patients, we have so many diabetes patients, and in next 5 years, it is going to increase this much, to this extent. And we need so many hospitals, we need so many beds and all this thing. And I really wondered, is this the matter to be proud of? As I crossed 60, my health started deteriorating. I was feeling very tired and exhausted at the end of the day, particularly after dinner, and I feel like stretching myself. My shoulders were paining like anything, and ultimately I had to refer to a cardiologist. My angiography was performed, but it was okay. But my pain remains. So I thought, at that time I came across vegan diet, and I felt it is a time that I should change my food habits. It may help me. And on accepting vegan diet, practicing vegan diet, my weight reduced to 5 kg in 3 months' time. I started feeling very energetic, and this helped me to complete some of the pending projects. But as I reached 65, again the problem started. This time I had a problem with breathing. I was feeling uneasiness. I tried many Ayurvedic medicines to control the things, and ultimately I had to refer to an allopathy. Initially, allopathy, they tried with so many medicines and didn't succeed. And then I had to go to Ahmedabad and get myself checked with a heart hospital. My angiography was performed. I was diagnosed with 2 blockage, and then angioplasty was done. And after angioplasty, I was put on very heavy medications. All medicine like diabetes, blood pressure, blood thinner, cholesterol, of very high doses. My number reduced in 2 months, 3 months time. But by that time, my body started paining like anything. I was not able to bear it. So, on my own, I reduced the doses, kept on reducing the doses. At the same time, I took equivalent Ayurvedic medicine to substitute the deficiency. This way I carried on for 2-3 years. Then once I heard a video of Dr. Biswarup Roy Chaudhary on fruits, and I felt convinced that yes, in the morning we should replace breakfast with fruits. And we started taking fruits. But then again at 10 o'clock you will have a breakfast and all this thing. Even we started practicing 16-hour fasting. But this also didn't help much. I tried out most of the Ayurvedic medicine for diabetes, but I could not substitute the allopathy medicine. Then in March 2021, I was down with COVID, and again very heavy medications. Luckily, we didn't get admitted in the hospital. We didn't even refer to any doctor. We just borrowed a prescription and followed medicines, and just took consultation from relatives who are doctors, and we came out. Thereafter, I started feeling that my diabetes is increasing. My fasting sugar was increasing. When angioplasty was performed, my fasting sugar was 110 only, which kept on increasing. And now it's reached 170, and I was really worried. I was also diagnosed with enlarged prosrate. I went to doctor. So they gave me medicine, but I could not bear that medicine. So I immediately went for Ayurvedic substitution. And I kept on carrying out this Ayurvedic medicine. Of late, there was a problem with my skin. There were some white spots appearing on my fingers and chest and all this thing. So I again went to dermatologist. He gave me medicines, some ointment and this and that. So that also I tried. So whenever you go to doctor, 2 new medicine comes in. And I was not able to bear all this thing. So ultimately I was very frustrated, tired, what to do. Meanwhile, my wife, she is very fond of referring YouTubes and all medical prescriptions and all this thing. And she is following Dr. Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary's. And she always used to tell me, why don't you switch over to diet? But I used to get angry that you want me to stop eating. Ultimately, I got convinced that let me do something about it. I referred most of the videos of Dr. Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary. And I found that many of his things are very convincing, particularly about usefulness of cholesterol, K factors, then all this thing. Meanwhile, I also came across satvicjivan.com video also. And I followed that video also, and that was also very convincing things. And I said it is time that I should now try out this thing. I was very careful about my medical conditions. I continuously used to monitor my diabetes and my blood pressures. And I started with Sattvic movements with this thing, the first 1 month white peda juice in the morning to detox my body, then wet pad therapy for 1 month and all this thing. Meanwhile, we also referred one of the consultant of Dr. Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary and took her guidance. And she gave us, you follow up this thing and it will do. And we started this way, consuming fruit in the morning, then salads at the time of this thing and all this thing. And I was constantly monitoring my blood pressure, my diabetes. The blood pressure was not coming under control. And then I said, okay, let me once refer to Dr. Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary. And meanwhile, I came across one of the videos also, that what is the right quantum of fruit. And one thing was very convincing, that if you take 800 grams of fruit, then only it will act as a medicine. If you take less, then it will serve as a food only. And I felt, yes, this is the right time. It was a summer and mango time. So I started taking mangoes and all this thing. And my consumption increased for the fruit. And my blood pressure started dropping. And within 15 days time, I could start giving up my blood pressure tablets, my diabetes tablets, and all this thing. And after referring Dr. Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary, I further tightened my diet plan. And this even helped me of prostate. I gave up all the medicine. Even I stopped taking prostate medicines. I stopped even taking skin, vitiligo medicine and all this thing. And for last 5 months, I'm practicing this deep diet practice. And I have stopped taking all the medicines. And there is no problem. I lost a further 5 kilos of weight. My waist reduced by 2.5 inches. All my pants, I had to alter it. And now I feel quite energetic, quite slim. And at the age of 70, giving up all the medicines. And I really feel that I have come to a right place, that this is the way one should, after a certain age, they should feel like this. It's very difficult to give up medicines because you are so much convinced. You have been told that you cannot give up this medicine, you cannot do this thing, you cannot do this thing. And even my family doctor advised me this, you are doing the very wrong things. But I said, let me do it. And now I don't even feel like measuring my numbers, I have given it up. As soon as I feel comfortable, I don't mind, whatever. And this is how I have succeeded in my health journey. And I advise that this noble cause, noble work of all these people, Dr. Vishwarup Roy Chaudhary, sattvic.com and all these people, it is worth admiring. And people, this is the rightful, and we should come out of this medical jugglery, because it is not helpful. Because ultimately it is a poison only, and your liver has to fight with that poison also, besides many diseases and all this thing. And I liked, and Vishwarup Chaudhary's logics are very pursuing. About the paracetamol consumption, he told me it was very pursuing. K factor, it's very convincing. And I felt that this is the right way to treat your health and consider this thing. Thank you very much.